And in this Parva, Bhishma Parva, the chapter 25 to 40. So we are 18 chapters of Gita in Bhishma Parva. But very scholarly people, they were neglecting Puranas and about Itihasas. They thought this is all for this people. So Srimad Acharya, he gave Gita Mahatmya. Gita Mahatmya. So Gita Mahatmya, importance of Bhagavad Gita, and he named Bhagavad Gita as Gita Upanishad because there is so much addicted to this word Upanishad. Oh, we are scholars, so we know Upanishad. So then Srimad Adi Shankaracharya said, okay, you know Upanishad, okay, then you should know Gita Upanishad. So in this way, Gita Upanishad name has been given by Srimad Adi Shankaracharya. And he shows the relationship between Gita and Upanishad. Sarvopanishado Gao Dukha Gopala Part 2 Duktham Gita Amritam. In this way, the most important words, Sarvopanishad, all the Upanishad is compared to the cow. Who is milking this cow? It is Gopala. Krishna is milking the cow. The first recipient of the milk of the cow is the cow. So here, the first nectarian milk of Bhagavad Gita, the recipient is Partha. The remaining milk is given to Sudhira Gupta, that means especially intelligent. So then we saw Bhagavad Gita contains everything which is there in other scriptures and everything which is not there in other scriptures also. Bhagavad Gita should be studied under disciplic succession, very important. Without disciplic succession, just to take a copy of Bhagavad Gita, try to study on your own, it will be very difficult to understand. You may have some knowledge, no doubt, but to the fullest, to assimilate the knowledge to the fullest, it is difficult. Like we saw the example of two boys standing under the tree. One boy is trying to collect the mangoes on his own efforts, trying to throw the stones and the mangoes falls, proper shapes, distorted. Other boy is very clever, he made these friends climb. And in this, because the mangoes, what is reaching in the end is now it's a good state. In the same way, succession is flowing down through Guru Shishya Parampara. So ISKCON comes under Gaudiya, Brahma Gaudiya Madhva Sampradaya. Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya. So if you are studying Bhagavad Gita, you should know in which Sampradaya you are coming. So we saw last time how Krishna gives this knowledge to four people. Who are the four important personalities? Yes. From there the Sampradaya starts. Brahma, Shiva, Lakshmi, Kumar. So from Brahma, it came, you are reading? From Brahma came to Narada, Vyasa, Madhva. So in this way it goes down. In Brahma, Madhva, Gaudi Sampradaya goes down to Isi Bhaktivinoda Swami Prabhupada, who is the founder Acharya of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. So you are in a proper place, right? You are studying under a Sampradaya. So it is not somebody says, oh, I am a guru, just become guru. Guru means with heavy knowledge. Guru means who is a disciple of this guru. There should be a disciplic succession. Without disciplic succession, there are so many gurus in the market. So many gurus in the market who proclaim, oh, yesterday I got a dream, I became self-realized, and then he starts proclaiming himself. There are so many gurus, so many gurus are there in the market. They will speak what you like. They will speak what you like to hear. But it is not that what I like to hear, the only guru should say. What I like and what is good for me. What I feel good and what is good for me. These are the two terms in Vedic terminology. One is Shreyas, one is Prayas. Shreyas is what is good for me. That the scripture says, and that is truth. Sometimes the truth is very bitter to hear. And what is Prayas? What I feel good. And I like that guru who speaks what I like. You can wake up anytime in the morning. You can eat whatever you want. You just enjoy this life. That is praise. And if you see, there are so many principles for such gurus. Because the market, people like what they like to hear. People love those gurus. Because if you see, and there are so many Mauni Babas also. Mauni Ammas, somebody told me, Mataji, my guru did not speak for 15 years, 17 years. I still remember. 17 years, my guru did not speak anything as famous as Mauni Baba. Just imagine. There are so many Mauni Ammas, Mauni Babas also. First, the basic question, just a basic question. Please try to reply. You have a kid and you are sending him to the school. Will you say, no, the teacher doesn't speak at all? Will you like to send him to such schools? Tell me sincerely. Because what is the purpose of the guru? So that he will teach something in the scriptures. He's going to teach us in the scriptures. The guru doesn't speak at all. For 17 years, the guru has not spoken. And there are so many disciples, right? Very good. The guru doesn't speak anything. I can do whatever I want. Somebody told me, Mataji, you want land in Thane temple. For Thane temple, you want land. Yes, we are trying out land, Thane temple, and so on. We've got it. But this was like 5, 6 years. What do we do? One thing. For 2, 3 months, don't speak anything. If you don't speak anything, we can do propaganda. There is a people like to come to Mauni Ammas. But that is not the purpose. The purpose of the whole Shikha Parampara is you hear from your authority and this will speak what is there in the scripture. So what is there in Bhagavad Gita? So Bhagavad Gita contains 5 subject matters. First, you should know what is there in Bhagavad Gita. Like when you open any book, the first thing you do is to keep the backs. So there is some small, any book you take any novel. The whole summary is given in the back. You read something. So what is there in Bhagavad Gita? The 5 subject matters. That is soul, God, Prakriti, Kala, Karma. Out of these 5 subject matters, 4 subject matters are eternal. When you say eternal, that means Sanatana. It is not created now. It has not come into being now. It was there. What are the 4 subject matters? Soul, God, Prakriti, Kala. Repeat. Soul, God, Prakriti, Kala. And what is the 5th subject matter? That is karma. This karma is changing. So today we will try to do soul and God. Today we will try to do some verses from Bhagavad Gita which speaks on soul and God. Sometimes we feel, why good things are happening to bad people? Why bad things are happening to good people? Sometimes you feel, he has done so much of crime, but he is not punished. And on the contrary, there is a nice, wonderful person. Why is it that he is so happy? God is there, God is not there. Then the question comes, is God partial? On the name of God, there is always a fight. So in this way, there are so many questions which come. Is God there? And then before that, the question comes, who am I? Am I body? Am I soul? Who am I? So let us take the subject today. First is soul. Let's take the subject soul. You have this book, soul subject. Five subject matters of it. You have soul. Okay. So let us soul. So in Texas, so the university is there in Texas. There's a school, especially Prabhupada went to the school, and he wanted to teach about the subject soul to small children. Standard children. And elders cannot understand what is soul. How come a small child can understand? So then Prabhupada gave a wonderful example. Prabhupada got a small child and told him, Can you answer my questions? Tell me, this is whose hand? This is my hand. Are you the hand? This is whose legs? The child told is my leg. Then are you the leg? No. This is whose head? Mine. The child was thinking, what is this? Whose head? Whose eyes? Whose nose? What is this comedy doing? Then suddenly Prabhupada asked, which shed? He said, my shed. Are you the shed? The Prabhupada went on asking. This child was completely frustrated. What that? The child was thinking, why is Swamiji asking, whose are you? Then suddenly Swamiji asked, is whose body? Child, my body. Are you the body? Spontaneous answer was, no, I'm not the body. Completely confused. Are you the body? Answer is, no, I'm not the body. Then who are you? Immediately the answer is, who are you? The question is, who are you? You give this. So who are you? Then immediately the child was completely speechless. What to tell? So then Prabhupada started explaining that there is a difference between owner and ownership. This house belongs to me, but I am not the house. That means there is a difference between a subject and an object. You have the subject and the object. Owner and the ownership. This body is also ownership. You are in this body. Then who is there in the body? It is the soul is occupying this body. Now, this soul occupies the body, which has many stages. Like when you are asked, please give me a passport size photo. You are not going to present your 1-year-old or 2-year-old photo. That time also you were, that was also your only photo. But you are not going to present that photo. What you say? This is my childhood photo. This is my youth photo. When I was young, I was like this. That means the body went on changing. In this lifetime itself, we have given up many bodies. In this lifetime itself, there is only a change of situation. But within that also, in this lifetime itself, we have changed many situations. So there is a verse in Bhagavad Gita, second chapter, 13th verse. We'll chant together. I'll chant with you. Dehinosmin yatha dehi. Dehinosmin yatha dehi. Kaumaram yauvanam jara. Kaumaram yauvanam jara. तथा देहांतर प्राप्तिये धीरस्तत्कर्मण्यति वो भी quite subject matters. You got it? If you have not got, please. देहिनोऽस्मिन् यथा देहे देहिनोऽस्मिन् यथा देहे कौमारं यौवनं जरा कौमारं यौवनं जरा पीछे तथा देहान्तरप्राप्ते धीरस्तत्प्रणमीयति. So Dehi refers to soul, Deha refers to body. Sharirah refers to soul, Sharirah refers to body. When this term comes Dehi, you will understand it refers to soul. Dehi nosmin yatha dehe. In this Deha itself, Dehi nosmin yatha dehe. Kaumaram, so many bodies, Dehi, so many bodies you have changed. Kaumaram, childhood body. Yauvanam, Kaumaram, Yauvanam, youth body. Yauvanam, Jara means old age. And then when it is very difficult to stay, then immediately there is a change of this body has undergone many stages. When now this body is unfit to stay, immediately there is a change of body. And that change of body is known as death. But a Veera Purusha is not. That is why whoever studies Bhagavad Gita is not going to die. Going to die or not going to die? Because that knowledge comes, yes. Within this lifetime, we have so many bodies, but we did not learn it. But when you are going to get a fresh body, why learn? See, when I was very young, when I was very small child, very smart, yoga also. When I adjusted to all the situations, when I was a small baby, I became Kaumara. I adjusted to the situation, I was very happy. From that, when I became youth, again I was very happy. To such an extent, even when I become old also, you know the old process is going on. 50 plus is there. So when we are becoming old also, we are trying to adjust to that situation also. Sometimes it's black color hair, put artificial teeth, and in this way, so many things we do. That means we are adjusting to even Jaravastha. But when it is, they hunt around one body to another body. The common sense, like the proof of existence of soul. The common sense is nobody says he is dead. What they say, he has passed away. What is the word we use? He has passed away. वो गुजर गया. You don't say मर गया. What you say? वो गुजर गया. गुजरा है. गुजर गया. गुजर गया means he is passed from this place to another place. He has passed from one street to another street. He has passed from one body to another body. That means the soul is never dead. When I say I am not going to die, it refers to whom? It refers to then what is going to be dead? What is going to be dead? The body does not die. Because out of four subject matters, Prakriti is also eternal. Then what is dead? The form taken by the Prakriti is dead. Like you have a pack of cards. Then you make a nice castle out of the pack of cards. You know, childhood used to play. Then my sister used to come and on the intentionally. We used to fight. Hey, what is this? Everything is spoiled now. Then we used to have another fighting. Then she used to make something nice. Then I used to on the. It's almost happened. Sister, brother, they fight like this. A small thing there. And they think, you know, everything is lost. No, the pack of cards as it is. You just have to make another form. So the matter is also as it is. We yet don't know what is this body made up of. We see ourselves in the mirror and we just think about our own beauty and all this. But how is this body made up of? What are the consequences of this body? We don't know. And matter is also eternal. That means matter is also not lost. What is lost? The form taken by the. That means we are not losing anything. We are not losing our bodies. We are not losing ourselves. The soul does not die. The matter is also not dead. What is dead? Just the form taken. And sometimes the situations, whatever is there, that too we have changed. In our childhood, we had some different group of people along with us. When we came to the college, we had different type of people along with us. And then when we in the family life, we have different type of people along with us. That means we are undergoing different situations and we are adjusting also to so many situations. Then just by this name of death, somebody asked Mataji, how to get rid of people? Because they're just struggling, we are not able to chat. Because whenever you meet, you just say Ram Nam Satya. You will avoid coming to you. But just imagine Ram Nam Satya. Is it false? No, it is truth. When somebody is there, everybody says Ram Nam Satya. And if somebody's marriage is there, go and say Ram Nam Satya. Don't look like after marriage. Somebody is born, if they're calling you, go and do this. Let this be chant the name of Lord according to our likeness. Okay. Ram Nam Satya, not Nam, we should not chant Nam, but it is truth. Ram's name is truth. So in this way, the common sense is soul passes from one place to another place. Second proof of existence of soul is fear of pain and pleasure. What is the difference between dead body and the living body? Living body minus soul is What is not present in the dead body? The fear of pain and pleasure. That is why sometimes you say hair is a dead thing. Hair, nails. Because when you cut the hair, nothing happens. When you cut your head, nothing happens. You cut your nails, nothing happens. That means it's all the dead portions of our body. So feel of pain and pleasure. Now you're sitting for a long time in this stool or chair, but the chair is not crying. Oh, we go and sit in somebody's lap, they'll try to push you up. So that means there is a feel of pain and pleasure that itself is the proof of existence of soul. So these are some of the proofs, and one of the proofs is there is past life experience. When you say, I don't have, you may not have. But there are journals which has recorded past life experiences. There was a girl in Calcutta. She was very smart. There's come in paper also. And she used to go on describing about the city, about the village. Please take me to that village. Please take me. And when she was 5 years, she became very adamant. I just want to go to the village. And the father took, she showed the street. They went to a house and she was trying to enter a wall. Initially, there was a window, there was a door in that wall. And the old lady comes and she said, then she paid obeisance and she went inside. She said there was a door here. Yes, but when our daughter-in-law died, then we closed the door. And then she went inside, opened the almara, tried to put some sand for 5 years. And then man comes, she signed. That means it was her husband. How is it that she remembered? That means the body has changed. The soul is only passing through different types of bodies. So then you say, why such remembrance is not there in me? That means I was not there in previous bodies. It is good. We don't remember. Just imagine if you come to know that the person who is sitting next to you was a killer in your past life. Can you be with such person? Mata Smriti Jnana. Oh, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. Mata Smriti, I give that Smriti. I give that remembrance. Jnanam, I give that knowledge. Apohanam, I give that forgetfulness. So all these things again is an arrangement of thought. Somebody is remembering, somebody is not remembering. But it is good that we are not remembering. It doesn't matter. So now you are in a human body. That means in other bodies also there is a soul. There is a soul in a plant body. There is a soul in a peacock body. In every body. If you're feeling hot, you can come a little closer. You're feeling hot there? Huh? It's cold. You want to off? You can off the AC behind. Okay. Jalajanavalakshani, Sthavaralakshani. So there are 84 lakh species. Let us say. There are 9 lakh species. Open the house. Jalajanavalakshani. It's not very open. Jalajanavalakshani. Jalaja means aquatics. How many lakh aquatics are there? Species. They're talking about species. They're not talking about how many fishes are there. How many types of aquatics are there? 9 lakh types of aquatics are there in this world. Jalaja Navalakshani. Sthavara Lakshminshati. Sthavara means fixed, like trees, plants, all those things, they are fixed. So they are 20 lakhs. Krimio Rudra Sathyana. Krimio means clinicus, insects. They are 11 lakh insects. Dashalakshani Pashavan. Pakshinam Dashalakshana. Pakshinam Dashalakshana. Birds. How many other? Dashalakshana. Dasha means 10 lakhs. Then Pakshinam, how many will get? 10 lakhs. Then Krimsar Lakshani Pashma. Krimsar means 20 lakhs. Species of 4-legged animal. Then last is Chatur Lakshani Mani. So how many types of human are there? Just 4 lakhs. How much to? What the grand total? 84 lakhs. 9, then 10, then 9, 20, then came 11, then 10, 30, then that is just see how durlabha, how rare is to get a human body. That means we have to understand the value of the human body, what we have got. Other all species are very easily got, but this species, the human body, is the very rarest thing what we have got. The last class is the difference between man and human. 4 activities animal also. But a human is not just restricted to these 4 activities. He has got something special, and that is intelligence. And with this intelligence, one can understand dharma. The word dharma refers to the intrinsic quality of the soul. The dharma of the water is to flow. The water can be any part of the world, the same activity will be done by the water. In the same way, the dharma of the soul is to serve. There's a big question, whom to serve? God or God? Because if you God, if you don't serve God, you will end up in serving God. Often say this. So, the whole purpose of attaining a human body is first to understand the first basic spiritual understanding. I am not the body, I am soul. This is the first step to progress in self-realization. Generally, we should be self-realized, self-realized. But what is the real meaning of self-realization? To understand I am not the body, I am soul. In this, it is just not, you cannot say it's a perfect self-realization. Still more is going to come. But the first basic step is to understand I'm not the body, I am soul. But I am attached to this body to such an extent. Like the king had 4 wives. There's a story, very famous story. The king has 4 wives. So he loves his last wife so much. He loves her so much that wherever he used to go, he used to bring decorative items for her, decorate her, and glorify her. And in this way, the whole life went in decorating this 4th wife and admiring her. And 3rd wife is to take, wherever he used to go, he used to take her along. So in this way, 3rd wife also is to love. 2nd wife, he used to sit with her and describe his experiences, talk with her. So 2nd wife also is to love. But what about the 1st wife? He did not even bother to know whether she's alive or dead. Completely neglected. So this was the 4th wife. Now he is in the deathbed. When he's in the deathbed, he's calling, oh, PA, please come. I'm going, you also come. So who is that PA? The 4th wife. The 4th wife comes and says, get lost. Get lost. When he heard this, get lost, it was like too much. He said, my whole life was regulating me. And you are saying that you are not going to come along with me, and you say, get lost. Then he got, okay, you come and test. The whole is the 3rd. 3rd wife says, go. As soon as you go, I will win others. So now it was again too much. I used to go along with you, where I used to take you along with me, and now you are going to say that you are going to go in others' hand. Also too much for me. Then he called us, you come along with me. He said, okay. She said, I'll come till crematorium, not beyond that. Till crematorium. He said, I wasted my whole life in decorating, in gossiping, in taking this person along with me. Then he was very morose, he was just lamenting. At the time, he heard us, I'll come along. And who was the 1st one? He just turned and saw. He could not recognize because he never bothered to know. And she became so feeble. He said, who are you? He said, I'm the 1st one. I'll come along. Wherever we go, I'll come. This is the case of all of us. We also have 4 wives. All of us. We will say, my husband and other 3 wives. It's all of us. And I think all of us, everybody. So the 1st wife, the last wife, or the 4th wife is our body. The moment the soul leaves, the body is gone. The body says, get lost. But the whole life goes in decorating this body. We are always body conscious. To such an extent, we only recognize ourselves in this body. Paropi mante artham. Vyasa says, Paropi mante artham. Parashakti. Soul is the Parashakti. The internal energy, the Parashakti, the superior energy. But Paropi mante anartha. Identifying with the body. And thinking this body is it. So the whole life goes in thinking about this, which is the first thing which is going to go away. First thing which is going to go. Now the third one, the wealth, the properties. As soon as the soul leaves the body, the property goes in others. And we are carrying everything with us. Wherever we go, we carry our wealth, we carry our property. But then that is the thing which is going to go in others' hand. The second wife, with whom we sit and chat and gossip, I think they are going to help us and some family members. They can come only up to not the answer. Who is the first wife who always comes along with us? That is Paramatma. Paramatma. Paramatma comes along because that is why he is allowing us to adjust to the body what we have got. In the previous life, I don't know, I would have been a Bangaru. Or in the next life, I don't know which body I'm going to get. But in every body, why am I able to adjust to that circumstances? Because it's Paramatma, whom I am not even bothered to know. It said, body is compared to a tree. In this tree, there are two birds inside it. There is soul, there is super soul. Soul, super soul. Atma, Paramatma. Atma is very busy eating different types of foods. And Paramatma is what? When is this person going to look at me? Different types of fruits according to our experiences. Bad fruit, good fruit, bitter fruit. So whatever we have done in activities according to that reaction is also known as fruits. So the Atma is so engrossed in taking or tasting various types of fruits that is not bothered to know Paramatma at all. But this Paramatma is always coming along with us. That is why allowing us to even adjust to the situation. Just imagine in the previous life, I was a queen. And if I remember, oh, I was a queen, I was having so much of opulence, and now I'm not the queen. That means even to make us adjust to this body, that is the work of Paramatma. But we are hardly bothered to know about Paramatma. We are only thinking about this so much body conscious. But this is the body. Body is the first thing which is going to leave us. Vasam Sirani Navani Grahati Ropara. Next page. Vasam Sirani Navani Grahati Ropara. Katha Sharinani Vihaya Sirani Anyani Satyati Navani. So why is it that the body, the soul leaves the body? What is the purpose? It so happened yesterday I got a very nice sari. But today out of some accident, that sari, no. But I have had some 10 years old sari, which is still good. So what will I wear? The old one, which is in good state. Which is in a good state, I will wear that. In the same way, sometimes we Dehi Yatha Kaumara Yovanam Jana, that means Kaumara Avastha, Yovanam Avastha, then Jara Avastha, then only Mrityu Avastha. But sometimes you see there is a death within the womb, there is a small child dying, there is a young youth person dying. Why is it happening like this? Because according to the previous verse, this Jara Avastha in the old age, nothing should happen. This is the answer. Vasamsi Jirnani Yathavihan. The breast, Vasamsi refers to the breast. When it becomes Jirna, Jirna means old. Jirna also means unfit to wear. It is not necessary that always it is old, it is unfit to wear. For example, I gave. Yesterday I bought a very beautiful saree, but today out of some accident. No. So I am not able to wear it. So Jirna refers to unfit. to wear. Vasam Sijirnani Yatha Vihaya, what you give it? Namani, I'll take new one. Or I'll take a thing which is fit to it. Tadha Sharirani Vihaya Jirnani, the Sharira is fit to stay, I'll give it. Whether it be in a Yavanavastha, Janavastha, Umaramavastha, if it is unfit to wear, I will give it. I will accept the new one, which is fit to the desires. So the soul lives in a body which is fit to be. That means soul is eternally existing. There is no birth for the soul. When the people say, birthday to you, and we say, it's my birthday. It is my body's. This is the previous. Najayate kriyate mahadaj. Nayam bhutva bhutta mahadaj. Ajo nityah shashvato yam prano nahate. Najayate means there is no janma. When there is no janma, that is also. It is eternally existing. When you say janma, then immediately mrityu, janma, mrityu, jara, vyadi. This material existence has these 4 classes. What is that? Janma, mrityu, jara, and vyadi. You are conditioned. A soul is conditioned in this material world with these 4 things. Janma, mrityu, jara. Soul is conditioned. Condition means he gets a body which has to undergo all these processes. Janma, mrityu, jara. That means the body is born. The birthday is for the body, not for the soul. This form has appeared. There is a birth for the form. There is a death for the form. There are changes for the form. Jara avastha is again for the body. And Vyadhi avastha is also for the body, but it is not for the. That means the soul is not born. And the soul will never die. Ajayate mriyate va kadachit naya va bhavitavana bhuyat. There is no past, present, and future for the soul. It is always. So the good news is I will not, because I am always present. I may be present in different types of bodies. I am always present. Krishna says, I am present, you are present. Tatvevaham jatavasam nattam neme janadipam chaivanam ishtam sarvevam. I am there, you are there. All these things are also. I am eternal, you are also eternal. To the extent Krishna is eternal, to such extent even the soul is also eternal. And there is an eternal relationship between God and the soul. It is not that some people came and told you are servant of the God. I am reviving my lost relationship. I am eternally servant of Lord, but I am lost in the Vela, fair. Where the attractive things are there, and I will forget. I forget to hold the hand of my mother, and I'm lost in this. Fair has a lot of crowd. I forgot to hold the hand of my mother, I'm lost in the fair. And there was a stupid person, he came and he's showing me all the attractive things in the fair, but he's not making me meet my father and the mother. But there was an intelligent person who came in the fair, took my hand and made me meet my father and mother. So who is that person who reminds us? In this way, we are also lost in this fair. It is the devotee who takes us back home, who takes us and shows our relationship to our Supreme Father. That is revival of the lost relationship. But there are so many stupid people who are trying to give more attraction in this material world. You enjoy, this is the club, go and join this club, you enjoy more. So, what is happening? Already I have forgotten, I am already confused. And these things are adding up more illusions. Like you call TV as an idiot box. You call as a TV as an idiot box. The TV, there are actors who are laughing and enjoying, and you are also laughing. He is paid for laughing. And we are not paying. On top of that, we are paying so much of bills. He is laughing, I am. He is crying, I am. He is trying to fight in the stairs, I am trying to connect all those things with my good relations. And in this way, already there is a relation. On top of that, these things add up to our relation. Then who is going to revive my relationship? That is a big one. That is why devotees are considered to be the representative of Jesus. So the representative of Lord, what he does, he is showing our relationship. It is said, Nitya Siddha Krishna Prema Sadhu Kabune, Shravanadi Shuddha Chitta Karayasde. Nitya Siddha Krishna Prema. That means Nitya Siddha, it is there. Our relationship with Lord is there. But when we hear Shravanadi Shuddha Chitta, we hear and hear, then our Shuddha Chitta, Karaya Udaya. That is how our relationship is aroused. So here it said, Ajo Nityaha Shashato Yam Purano Na Hanyate Hanyamane Sharire. Even if the body is killed, the soul cannot be killed. Because the soul has no birth. When there is a thing, there is no birth, then where is the question of dying? When you say, where is it present? Where is the soul present? The answer is the soul is present in the spiritual region of the heart. Where it is present? In the spiritual region of the heart, not in the heart, in the spiritual region of the heart. Because when heart transplantation happens, do you think the soul is transferred from one body to another? So the soul is present in the spiritual region of the heart. So where is the spiritual region? It said we have dimensions. We are into 2 dimensions. If you want to see 3 dimensions, then we require some extra things to see 3 dimensions. There's 4 dimensions. Spiritual region is beyond 64 dimensions. Then you say, where is God? God is present everywhere. God is present everywhere. There is a spiritual region everywhere. But we are not able to see because our eyes are not anointed to see the spiritual region. We are not able to see. But to see the spiritual region, we require a special ointment. It's known as prema. Premanjana chitta bhakti vilochane. Prema. Then we can see the spiritual region. The spiritual region is not very far. Like Srila Prabhupada, when he went to Brahman, it's a very dirty place. Very dirty place. But sitting there, Prabhupada is writing spiritual books. It is not a big, wonderful temple or a clean place. It's a very dirty place. Because for an acharya, he doesn't require some beautiful place to write beautiful books on Lord. Everywhere is spiritual. Wherever he is present, it is. To see God, we don't have to require this gross eyes. We have taken Yatra to Barsana. Barsana is a place of Srimati Radharani. So there is a place where it's known as Anda Baba Ka Ashram. And especially when you go there, you should not say, show me Anda Baba Ka Ashram. So where is the Anda Baba Ka picture drawing? Because he has drawn beautiful picture of Radha and Krishna. But if you say Anda Baba Ka drawing, then they will scold you. We had especially warned our devotees, and our devotees had gone there. And it was crowded. So out of anxiety, they said, oh, Anda Baba Ka drawing. We had warned, don't talk like this. The Pujari was so angry. He started abusing everyone. And when we went there to see Krishna, such a wonderful painting, such intricacies of painting with no eyes. That means these eyes are not needed to see God. Even to understand our Krishna, that we are servants. We know a famous devotee, Surdas. When you say somebody is blind, you don't say blind. What you say? Surdas. There is a very good way of speaking. You should not say, oh, he's Surdas. But here, Surdas and a normal blind person cannot be compared. When the darshanarthi is to happen, Surdas is to glorify Lord's Darshanarti is when Shringar happens, and after that Shringar, the patti is open. And he so does is to sing beautiful songs in glories of Lord, describing the Vastra of God. The priest had it out. And what is it now? He is really blind now. So then all of them, what they did was, that day they did not rest now. He was saying Vishwarupa. Vishwarupa is Nakuja. In the morning in Guruva, you will have Vishwarupa darshan. When Lord is not dressed, it is known as Vishwarupa darshan. So Lord is not dressed, and Sutras singing Darshanartis, open Sutras singing, and one of the night, Nagna me Magna Nandakeshwar. He said, Nagna me Magna Nandakeshwar. How is it that we to see Lord? That means you don't require a cross eyes to see Lord. These eyes are only there is an eye within the mind. There is a nose within the mind. There are all the senses within the mind. That is why mind has to be absorbed in Krishna consciousness. When it is engrossed in Krishna consciousness, it is Lord who reveals within the mind. So in this way, the soul, which is always eternal, which is always having eternal relationship with the Lord, only we have to revive our lost relationship. We have so many relations in this world, and we are thinking these relations are going to come along with us. They will come only after crematoria. But the real relationship is Lord and the soul. What is this relationship? We are all servants of Rasan. We are all servants of the servants of. So here another verse goes, Avinashi Yena sarvam idam tatam vinasham apyasyasya na kaschit tatuma. So body is anyhow vinashi, but the soul is avinashi. Avinashi means there is no destruction for the soul. The soul has eternal relationship with God. But the problem is the whole fight which is happening in this world is because of God. Somebody can say there was a meeting. We are going to now come to the topic God. There was a meeting of atheistic people. They also call it as satsang. Satsang of Nastika Samaj. We have two Samajas, Astika Samaj and Nastika Samaj. So Nastika Samaj people had a meeting. They also called it as satsang. How can it be satsang? When you say sat means eternal, God is eternal, and you are saying satsang, is it possible? But still they call it satsang. And the orator was wonderful, he was speaking very nicely, and he was saying that the whole problem in this life is only because of God. You see, because of God, there is always a fight. Somebody says, He is God, He is God, and in this way they are fighting just because of this word God. No God, no problem. No problem, there is always a peace. So God is a problem, let us remove this word God. So no God, Panda is what? Then somebody told after everything, what a speech, beautiful speech. How nicely you proved that the God is the problem for everything. So let us have no God. You speak very nicely. He's a cultured person, a rich person, belonging to a very nice Samaj also. Very nice, but like damning, but. So then, when somebody praised, then what you do? Oh, it's not because of me, it's only because of God. Just now he was trying to prove God is not there. Somebody is praised, then what he said? Nothing is there. Sometimes doctors also say, there is no God. Ultimately, when somebody is very serious, they say, Bhagwan Kripa. God is there or God is not there? Somebody asked, Mataji, let us have a debate. I have got to ask questions. And she was the Everest company Malik. So when they told me, Mataji, I'll take you to the Everest company owner. And he asked question. And the owner was speaking to me. She said, you prove God is there. I will prove God is not. I thought, why should I have a debate? Because I have asked, I have come to ask the question. Let me be quiet. Then she said, as much as you have faith in God, I don't have faith in God. That's fine. Because you have come to ask Ganesh, why you have debate with her and so on. Then again she said, Mataji, I am telling you something that as much as I have faith in God, you have faith in God. I don't have faith. Again, I know she's completely frustrated. She said, Mataji, I am repeating again. As much as you have faith in God, I don't have faith in God. Then I said, you speak something. I said, yes. The subject is God. Obviously, whether you have faith or whether I have faith, whether you don't have faith, at least the subject is, if somebody says, I don't like egg. Somebody says, I like egg. What it matters for the egg? Egg is there, that is why the dog is there. So God is there, that is why you are talking. You understood what? You are intelligent. She understood. She did not give me any donation. That is why I was not opening the mouth. But she was persistent. No, you tell me. You tell me. I just said, anyhow, the topic is God. Afterwards, then we gave some donations. So it so happened there's another one nice instance. In the plane, there was a small little girl. And there was a person sitting old class. And he said, 2 hours we have to reach. So let us have some talk. He said, no talk. So you tell me God is there. We'll have a debate on God. Maybe you can take God is not there, I will take God is there. Or you take God is there, I'll take God is not there. Then we'll have a debate on this. He said, before all that, answer one question. If you're answering that, then we'll have this. Cow eats grass, man said grass, one thing just think of intelligence. Goat eats the grass. Then why is it the dung of cow and the stool of goat is different? Both are eating grass. Why is it different? That means we have no answer to the material things which are happening. And we are thinking about to see God. We are thinking, if I see God, then I'll believe. We are not able to see our own back. So how can we see God with our gross senses? To see God, we should have a settled eyes. So the question is whether God is there or not. What it matters? What it matters to God is providing us everything. So proof of existence of God, because proof of existence of God. Because many people say, just prove God is there, then we'll try to believe. So first proof of existence of God. When you see every wonderful arrangement, like the sun rises, sun sets, there is day, there is night, there are seasons. There are orbits in which the planets are moving. It's not that Earth jumped in some other orbit, the other person came in this orbit, the planet came in this orbit. Everything is happening systematically. That means there is a proper arrangement, and for having a proper arrangement, there should be higher brains. And there is somebody who is operating, that is the proof of existence of the higher brains are there. That is why everything is happening so perfectly. So you know a great scientist, his name is Newton. This Newton had a friend, was Pakka artist. He had no faith in God. But Newton had faith in God. So now this person, Newton called this person. And next day he showed his laboratory. And there was a nice prototype model of this whole universe. And seeing this prototype model, this person was very happy. He said, who made this? He said, yesterday there was a big blast. After that, everything came. Like we have Big Bang theory. There was a bang and the creation. After a bang, the creation happens. So like this wrong things are taught in the child. There's a Big Bang theory, there was a bang and then everything came. So this person said, impossible. How is it that there was a Big Bang and such a nice, wonderful model has come? Then Newton said, for a prototype model, you need the creator. And for the original model, you deny the creator. How is it? For a prototype model, when you see some artificial flowers, they are attractive, especially when the flowers have some views. Then we say, oh, who has made this such a nice, from which shop you have brought? But when we see an original flower, we deny to accept the creator. We don't want to know the creator. That is why it is said, to the extent you are with the nature, you can appreciate the work of the Creator. If you are close with his AC rooms, then we cannot appreciate the Creator. The more we are into the nature, we can appreciate the work of the Creator. Like there was a small worm, and there was a bird just flying. Suddenly came to the worm. I was thinking, how it came to know there is a worm here. That means Lord has provided ahara for everyone. And Lord has also given such type of intelligence to every creature. Just see the bird is flying in the top and the bird is seeing that small insect and immediately picking up. That means how much intelligence is given by the Lord has provided food for everyone. If you say, sometimes the people say, why there is a scarcity of food? God is there, then He should provide for everyone. Why there is a scarcity? So there's a nice story. There was a bag of mice kept on the road. The birds came, took some portion. Animals came, took some portion. Man came, took the whole bag. So if we have such type of tendency, hoarding tendency, then these things is going to happen. There's an artificial scarcity of food which has been artificial scarcity. And then we say there are poor class of people, the rich class of people. So in this way, we have made some theories also: capitalism, communism, hoarding tendency, or distributing tendency, thinking that everything is distributed, but we are not able to understand what we are distributing is the property given by God. We are not appreciating the property given by God in the name of communism also. The forgetfulness of God is there. And when there is forgetfulness of God, there will be no peace in this world. Peace formula. And for the peace formula, we have organizations, UN, United. But how much peace they are able to establish? Is there really peace? There is no peace, there's only fight. That means, what is the peace formula? The peace formula lies only in understanding our connection with God. The moment we forget our relationship with God, then there is always a fight for a boundary, fight for some other reasons. There is always, just see, for a boundary, there's always a fight. This is mine, this is mine, this is a fight. That means there is a fight because of forgetfulness of Lord. There is no peace. Like there is a branch which is now in the tree. And the branch is looking very wonderful. The moment the branch is out of the tree, the branch dries and withers. The moment we are connected to Lord, we can understand our relationship and we are fresh. And we are loving. The moment we are not understanding this relationship, we fight with each other. And in this fight, whole life goes. Anything connected with God becomes divine. Like, what is the difference between a water and a tirtha? What is the difference between food and prasadam? Food is distributed by social organizations, but prasadam is distributed by devotees. So some difference is there. What is the difference between ordinary music and kirtan? Both are music, but there is some difference. So it so happened. Ramanujacharya, must have heard Ramanujacharya, very great Acharya, Shri Vaishnava Sampradaya, who is Balaram's, he is the Acharya, he is Acharya for all the Acharyas. Any other Acharya, if you have to mention the name. But if you just say Acharya, it refers to Sripad Ramanujacharya. He is Balaram's. Now he is the main pontiff of Sri Rangam. You must have heard Sri Rangam. It's a very important kshetra. Ranganath is very important kshetra in near Tirunelveli. Okay? No, sorry, Krishna. Trichy, near Trichy. Very important kshetra. So Sri Rangam, the main pontiff was now Ramanujacharya. He is. So now it so happened the priest over there was very jealous of Ramanujacharya. So the priest told his wife, comes from Madhukari. Madhukari means taking alms from 5 houses. Then the sannyasis do. So he will come and you feed him. Put poison. Put poison and give it to Ramanujacharya. The wife was shocked to hear. But what to do? She's wife. She has to hear whatever husband says. Ramanujacharya came. She put poison in the food and she had given a poisoned food. When he was about to take, she said, it has poison. Ramanujacharya looked at, you and me have put the poison, and why are you saying this? He said, my husband asked me to put the poison, but he did not tell me that I should not tell you. So in this way, Ramacharya was thinking, why is he so in this? But anyhow, next day, this priest came to know the foolishness of his wife. And next day, in the tirtha, he had put the poison. And he knew that Ramanujacharya will not say no for it. So when the tirtha was given, Ramanujacharya took the tirtha. While sipping the tirtha, he prayed to Lord, please forgive this priest to consider your tirtha to be holy. What is a tirtha? Tirtha is which flows from the vigraha of flows from the vigraha. The tirtha is the water which is given bath to the. So he has considered your charanamrita to be an ordinary water. The charanamrita which has the capacity to remove the poison of the world, and he is trying to add the poison. And then the second prayer was, please forgive me to give such enviousness in the heart of the priest. And sipping this water, Ramanuja was peaceful. Then what happened? Nothing happened to him. The priest, such a divine person, immediately took the shelter. The Sambalgonam of the story is whatever of the Lord becomes divine. We have seen mothers telling to the children, take charnam, take charnam. But when it comes to ordinary water, they will have hundreds of doubts. The tap water will not be given to the child, but the same tap water when it is given bath to the Lord, then it becomes charnam. But we are not able to understand the value of Charanamrit if we don't have faith in God. If we don't have faith in God, we don't have the understanding of the power of Charanamrita. We don't have the understanding of the power of Prasadam. Now Ramacharya was walking on the seashore. Some children were made playing. They made the temple of Ranganatha with the sand. They had kept some laddus of sand, sand laddus. They made something. They kept, this is Bhoga for Ranganatha. And Ramacharya was passing from there. He saw the temple. Then one of the child gave him the laddu of what? Sand. That is a great answer. He ate it because for him it doesn't matter whether it is stone or pebble or what it is. He sees it as prasadam of. So prasadam, God is a person. Anything offered to him is very personal. It's a personal dealing of a devotee with God. God eats on it. That's another big question. Sometimes we can say on the name of God. So sometimes people sarcastically speak like this. There was a great devotee Karmabai in Rajasthan. This Karmabai father, they were all farmers. Now harvest time. So the farmer told the daughter that you offered food to Lord, I'm going. They have to go early morning. So this girl started making khichdi. But she doesn't know how to make khichdi, so she started adding anything and everything, whatever was there, bajra, chawal. This became khichdi. No, not khichdi, became khichdi. And then she offered to Lord, and the plate is as it is. And she is thinking, what is this? Why Lord is not eating? And then she thought maybe it's not tasty. Again, she took whole thing. And now she was really frustrated. She took a stick, roti and wheat, and it was finished. And the father comes, he said, "Pardon everything." He said, "Really?" My father thought she was telling me. It became an everyday habit. The child is cooking, the girl, one girl, she cooks and eats. But how she cooks? Because whole night her consciousness is, when am I going to wake up early in the morning? When am I going to cook? So even without brushing the teeth, she used to cook. She used not even take bath. She used to cook. She used to offer and she used to stand with ganda in one hand and dhatu in another. Dambi, and eat on the feet. So every day this was happening. And there in Jagannath Puri, the priests were thinking, how is it that there are dal, rice stuck on the faces of Lord? We are worshipping so nicely. Why is it that sometimes dal is here or rice is stuck here? So then they were all wondering. So Lord comes in the dream of the head priest. And even the king also was asking to the priest and told, go and see the worship of Karmabaya. When she calls, I immediately go there and come. So they go and see. But they are horrified to see the way she is presenting Tatun in one hand and Lakdi in another hand. Then they told her, see, this is not the way of offering. First thing you should take bath. And then offer with some mantras, not having a stick in the hand. She said, I was not doing, okay, I'll do like this. She started doing like this. Nothing happened. Lord did not eat. Lord likes the way Karmabaya moves. And Lord again came in the dreams of these priests and told you all go back. I like the way she offers. Now, is it that we are going to follow what Karmabaya did? Because we don't have that higher consciousness. We cook what we like. That is not problem. And we don't like to take early morning bath. So that should not become an excuse. Oh, even Karmabaya did not take bath. Let me also not take bath. So we cannot follow the exalted devotees. But we can appreciate. Yes, God is a person. God eats. Then you see, when I am offering by the grapes as it is, some 20 years back, my sister was getting engaged. And there was a news, Ganpati is getting engaged. Boy was to come to see my sister. And I saw my mother, 5 o'clock itself, she's adding coffee to, she's making coffee and adding coffee to the milk and keeping it in the fridge. I said, why are you doing this? Hurry, the news is Ganpati is drinking milk. It should not happen on the milk is vanished. Yes. So this news and that's created that if God eats everything, then what will we eat? So for not giving such anxiety, Lord is giving us back what is, and that is known as Chishta. We say prasadam. What is prasadam? It is Chishta. Somebody asked the khichdi of your temple is so wonderful. We are also trying to make the same thing. Why the taste is not there? What masala? Prabhupada said special masala. And that is Uchishta. Uchishta means Juta. Juta of Krishna. The saliva of man. Lord eats so nicely. And Lord gives the remembrance to us. And that is known as Prasada. Prasade Sarvadukkhana Mantasyopadate. Just by taking Annaprasada. Prasadam are in different forms. Prasadam means mercy. There is mercy of food. There is mercy of the association of devotees. There is mercy of learning. Is also prasadam. Vidya prasadam, Anna prasadam. Then Sangha prasadam. Sangha means association of devotees. They are all the mercy of Lord, which is making us a reminder of Lord eats. When he eats, that means he's a person. Lord sees. But we only restrict ourselves. Lord only hears. Lord has no eyes, no hands, no mouth, but Lord should have ears. That is why we go and give so many prayers to God. Isn't it? So many prayers. Lord, I am praying so many things. I expect that you should hear all these prayers. So the person was giving so many prayers, not him. Ask. He went on asking, Lord said, the final time I've come before you. You go on asking. He went on, 500 years. Think more, what all you want. Went on, 1,000, 2,000. Now he had no list to ask. Suddenly we ask so many things to God. We sometimes have bargains. Bargain with God. But first thing, we don't know who is God also. Whoever we see is God. Whoever we have faith is God. Sometimes wife is also God. We don't know who can become God. Sometimes Pati is God. Sometimes wife is God. Sometimes is God. Sometimes dog is also God. We don't know who is God. That is why we consider so many people as God. It's so happened I used to go to Hawaii. So there, one of the devotee, now is a nice, that he was newly joined. He told me, my job is considered as God here. I said, why? Many people come and ask doubt. When they ask doubt, he backs the pain. When they backs the pain, immediately they consider this as a signal. And they do it, and it is becoming successful. So now there is a air in the market, in the whole society. What is air? My God is God. So in this way, there are so many people who consider many things as God. So now what happened? When this story was telling. Karma by over. This story was telling. Remember. The man was asking many things from God. See how you forget immediately. Purposely I distract. And I want to know how much your attention is. So this person is going on asking so many things. 2,000 things, 3,000 things became after this list to ask. God said, over. He died on the spot. Why? He forgot to ask air. He forgot to ask. We ask so many things, but we really forget the Lord has provided so many things without even we being conscious of this. Today we are breathing. This oxygen is so wonderful. Last year people were fighting for oxygen. But we have forgotten that such a nice, wonderful nature, Lord, oxygen, Lord. Last year, so many death cases because of lack of. They are not appreciating the things given by Lord. In the childhood, when we were born, our mother's breast was filled with milk. We did not ask, how am I going to survive? Mother's milk was the thing which is given to us. And in this way, without our asking, Lord provided our food for our survival. Dataya, Bata. As soon as the teeth comes, we start asking many things. We just want God to be order supplier. Oh Lord, you should be order supplier. Okay, if I'm asking this God, according to whatever I consider this person as God, then if he is not giving, let me switch over to another God. In this way, we are trying to change many gods. But the Shastras say there is only one God. In the name of God, we have made religion. Okay? So many religions. Every religion says, okay, this person is God, that person is God. So the name of God is different religion. And on the name of God, there is a fight. Religion is man-made. Dharma is eternal. Religion is man-made. Dharma is eternal. So, but one thing is there in every scripture. They say there is one God. Every scripture says this. There is only one God. Who is that God? And who are those different personalities people are praying or worshiping? They are known as demigods. Demigods also means devatas. There are 33 crore Devi Devatas. There is only one God. Ekaleshwara Krishnanya Gruttas. Everybody is servant of Krishna. So let us see why Lord is known as Krishna. Why God's name is Krishna. It is not ISKCON has come. That is why God's name is Krishna. Then somebody from Vishnu Hindu Krishna will come. He says God is Rama. And then Krishna and Rama. Right? So let us understand why Lord has different names. First, let us have understanding God is a person. He is a person, that is why whatever offered to him becomes divine. He is a person. He has a personality. How he has a personality? He should have qualities, then only he should have a personality. He has qualities, that is why he is a person. He has a personality. And he is having qualities, and all these qualities have been mentioned. Let us see this verse. Aishwarasya samagrasya. Have words here. Aishwarasya samagrasya. वीर्यस्य यशसः श्रियः ज्ञानवैराग्यश्चैव शन्नं वद इति गणः. Sometimes he prays, oh, he has a wonderful quality. He speaks very nice. He sings very nice. He cooks very nice. When you have some quality, immediately that is praised, and that is the way to attract this. Now just imagine some small quality, like somebody is very rich. That's only a small quality. It is not all the qualities. But there is a person who has all these six qualities. Six qualities are the head. In that there are many categories. But you say there are important head qualities. Important qualities. There are six qualities. Aishwarya. Aishwarya means all rich. Aishwarya. Samagrasya is equal, all rich. The richness of Lord is seen in his Leela, Bhuma Leela, in the Dwarka Leela, Bhuma Leela. Every queen had different palaces. Every queen. And Lord is present with every queen. Sometimes some people like to call themselves God. Ask them if you can manage 16,000 queens, giving separate palaces to each. Want to speak of 16,000. Even you cannot manage it 2 wives, 3 wives, and to be present simultaneously with each wife impossible. So Lord is present with every wife, 16,000. Please, Narada comes to Dwarka in Bhagavatam. Prayers are there. Narada is completely wondering how Lord is present with all simultaneously at one time. And such an extent, every queen changes her dress in every muhurta. Because in every muhurta, they have to worship Lord. And they used to take bath and they used to change the dresses and they used to not wear that dress which they have worn earlier. That means that is discarded now. That is so much of opulence. Such opulence was exhibited by Lord in the Dwarka and the Bhuma Leela. There is only a small opulence. Everything belongs to Lord. Ishavasya Vidam Sarvamit Jagatam Jagat said everything belongs to Lord. Samagrasya. Aishwarasya Samagrasya Veeryasya. Veeryasya means is all powerful. To lift Govardhan at the age of 7 years. That too with the left hand, it is considered as insignificant. Insignificant work is done with the left hand. And that too on the tip of the nail, little finger, tip of the nail for 7 days. It's not an easy task. But for Lord, everything is very playful. That is why it's known as Leela. Leela is very playfully done. Somebody is saying, I am God. Ask him, just stand. Stand chup-chup without moving. Can you do that? Okay. Okay. Lift even a thing which is made by a thermocol. Lift it for at least 7 hours. Can we do that? So Lord is all powerful. Lord is showing every power, but sometimes he does it, and sometimes he does it out of his powers. There are Shaktis of Lord. These Shaktis manage the whole administration. They are Shaktis of Lord. Lord is Shaktiman. And Lord has so many Shaktis. Parasa Shakti Vividheva Shakti, multifarious energies of Lord. The Lord is a person, that is why he has power. There is a person, that is why power is. The tube light has a form, that is why there is a light emanated by the tube light. Sometimes we are confused. Lord has a form or is it has? Lord has form, but the energy of the Lord it is known as Brahman. Brahman is the energy of Lord which has no. Lord is residing everyone's heart as Paramatma. Again, Paramatma is impersonal. But Lord has a personal form, and that personal form has appeared before us as Acha Vigraha. We don't call it as a Murti. Murtis are on the streets of the politicians. They are Murtis. Nobody stands in queue to take the water which has bathed the Murti. But when it comes to Vigraha, Acha Vigraha, the mothers, everybody are standing with the children to take the Charanamrita of Vigraha. So Lord is a person. It is not that Lord is not a Lord is a person, he has a form. And what is this form? Satchidananda Vigraha. Like tube light has a form, that is why the light which is emanating, that has no form. Sun has the form, the sunlight has no form. We should understand very nicely. Lord has form, the energy emanating from Lord has no form. And that energy, whatever you see, is actually energy of Lord. And that energy of Lord is for momentary, so for some time exhibits as if there is a form. But again, this form is the temporary. But it is not false, it is there because it is emanating from the Brahman, Brahma Jyoti of Lord. So in this way, Viryasya is all powerful. Then Yashaha. Yashasaha means he is all famous. Lord speaking Bhagavad Gita, anyone is very famous. But Lord doing all insignificant activities also so famous, Makhan Chori. Even today also, Lord is addressed as Makhan Chor. Somebody calls us Chor, we feel very bad. We try to do I'm not Chor. But Lord likes to call himself as Makhan Chor. Today also there is a festival, Makhan Chor, Dahi festival, Makhan Chor. So the sadhus have written a very wonderful song describing him as most wanted. When we say Chor means wanted, color becomes. But Lord is most wanted. That is known as Chauragra Ashtakam. It is the first stanza goes like this. Braje prasiddham navanita choram gopalana choram अनेक जन्मार्जितपापचौरं चौराग्रगण्यं पुरुषं नमामि चौराग्रगण्यं पुरुषं नमामि Agraganyam means the most important chor. Who is that? Chauragraganyam Purusha. He is a Purusha. Purusha means he is a person. Purusha. Purusha also means he is the only Purusha. He is the only male figure. Purusha also means enjoyer. He is the only enjoyer. Then you say, what about that? Stree Purusha. Toilet bathroom. Stree Purusha. What is that? We are all Prakritis. Everybody is Prakriti. In this Prakriti, there are different dresses. Somebody has got a male dress, somebody has got a female dress. Actually, everybody is only Prakriti. Prakriti is enjoyed by Purusha. Purusha is only one. It so happened Mirabai. You all know Mirabai. Is a great exalted devotee of Krishna. She goes to Mathura, Vrindavan, to meet Rupa Goswami. Rupa Goswami is a very exalted devotee of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna himself who has appeared 570 years before to propagate what he has taught in the Bhakta Swarupa, in the form. So now Mirabai goes to meet Rupa Goswami. Then Rupa Goswami sent a letter. In this lifetime, I have taken a promise, or taken a vow. I am not going to look at any woman's face. She also wrote that. According to the scripture, everyone is a woman. Everyone is Prakriti. Everybody is Prakriti. There is only one Purusha. And that Purusha is Purusha. So Chauragraganya contains his word Purusha. So why is he Chor? Now this sadhus are describing this. They are saying, in Braja, you are so famous. Braje Prasiddham Navanita Choram. You are so famous as Makhanti. Navanita means Makhan. Makhan means, in English, what do you say? Amul butter? Amul butter? No. It's not Amul butter. Makhan is Navanita, the white butter. White butter which comes from Deshi cow milk. First, we should understand what milk we are taking. It's a little away from subject, but it's not away, it's to the subject. What milk are you drinking? You say packet milk. And it is cows, Mahananda. So they get the different milk, Amul milk, that milk, this milk. In the name of cow, there is only a Jersey cow which is given. Jersey cow milk. Jersey cow milk, Jersey cow is not the cow of this nature. Jersey cow was an invention done by a Mysore scientist. He did the invention having pigs DNA and cows. We mixed both. And in this way, it's actually pig's milk which we are drinking. Because Jersey cow milk is very dangerous for our health. When you say Vaishnav, find Deshi cow. First, you should know what is Deshi cow. Generally, we teach our children see for cow. Desi cow in the kitchen. And the two Jersey cows are there in the villages. Deshi cow is the cow which has a hump. And this hump has a Surya Ketu Nadi. Surya Ketu Nadi means the nadi which takes the energy of the sun. And this energy passes to the milk. That is why the cream of the milk is also golden yellow. That is why ghee also becomes golden yellow. You see, I also buy diamond lids. Golden in color. Deshi cow milk is naturally golden in color. Don't go by color. Don't go by the standardization. It is nature. Nature has a tendency to change. Sometimes it's golden, sometimes it is still whitish, because nature, the cow takes the grass. Sometimes the grass are dry, sometimes the grass is green. According to the ahara, the nature changes. But there is a standardization of the smell, standardization of the color, understanding is artificial. How is it that throughout the year the same color, the same smell? That means standardization. We should know what we are eating. So this Navaneet is the pure Deshi cow milk, or from that milk, yogurt is made. From the yogurt, you get wonderful Navaneet. Deshi cow also has a round back is round. And when the dung is there, the dung has a nice conical shape. But Jersey cow's dung cannot be collected, it spreads. The dung of the cow is so pure. Vedas say the dung is antiseptic in quality. The Vedas speak about it. If you go into villages, they have the dung spread on the floor. It is antiseptic in quality. So dung of the Deshi cow is very, very wonderful. The milk of the Deshi cow is wonderful. It is said the dung, Sahasra Lakshmi is beside. Lakshmi Vasatihi Gomaya. In the dung of the cow, that is in the Gobar Vasati, Gomaya Vasati, Lakshmi. Sahasra Devi Devatas, they reside in the body of the Deshi cow. They will say, where should I find the Deshi cow? In Bombay, you will not find. You have to go to the villages, and the identification is there should be around that. We have a wonderful Gosha where we have 250 cows. Some are local Deshi cows, some are Gilgo Deshi cows. And there are young generations who have come, young boys, they came together. They said, milk is the only thing which is not, real milk is not there in this whole bond. So they took up the task of providing wonderful milk, which comes in the name of happy cows. Happy cows, Deshi cow milk, which is provided in this area also. So if you want more information about Deshi cow milk, you can contact. You can contact Balakrishna. He has also taken the service of distributing the pure Deshi cow milk. Then you say, what is the difference? It is milk for Vina, it is only proteins. Proteins, calcium, that is so many things in it. It is consciousness. It is not just protein, it is not just calcium, it is conscious. When the cow goes and grazes, the cow takes that ahara, which is good for the family. The cow is a mother. We say Go Mata, we will see the cow. Go Mata is one of the mothers, 7 mothers we have. Out of 7 mothers, one important mother is the cow. All other mothers are failures before mother. Our own mother may drink some cigars, eat some nonsensical things. But cow, if it takes even a poison, but the nectar will not have poison. She takes poison for herself. Nectar has no poison. Generally, we teach children, cow gives dash. Immediately, children write, cow gives milk. But we have not taught the children, cow gives gobar. Cow gives gomutra. We don't teach this. We say, the teacher will give a big zero. But actually, cow gives gobar for the whole lifetime. Cow gives gomutra for the whole lifetime. And this gobar is so wonderful, we make Dantamanjana. We are not teaching this to the farmers. That is why when the milk is stopped, when the cow stops giving milk, immediately the farmer thinks, oh, this is the bird. And the farmer sends this cow to the slaughterhouse. When we started our project in Moisa, this 1.5 hour drive. At that time, we were just new. We did not have any much facility also. It was just an open farm. A small shed was put. The farmers immediately came. Oh, we have 20,000 watt. I said, what happened? If you don't take, we'll send it to the slaughterhouse. I said, no. Immediately next day, it was rainy season. 20,000 come. Immediately we made a shed. And they were thinking it is a burden because it stopped giving milk. But then what we started doing? We started collecting Gomutra, Arthis. And this earth, every day the person takes a small cap of earth. Big diseases like cancer, so many other diseases. Everything can be removed. Why? These all diseases are because of the toxins which we are taking, toxins which are accumulating in our body. And the earth has the capacity to remove the toxins from the body. There is a power of the earth which has been collected by the Gomutra. Gomutra is distilled. This distilled Gomutra is earth. And from the gobar, we dry the gobar. We have candles. We have dhoop. We use this incense, agarbatti, which is actually harmful because it's chemical. It's harmful for our lungs. We buy the costliest and all those things. Lot of fragrances, very harmful for our lungs. But we make dhoop with gobar. We make dantamanjan with gobar. We apply the uptan, the powder, which has some small herbs mixed with the gobar powder. And with this, we are making bath. So just see the utility of gobar and gomutra is lifelong for the cow. And if the farmer is educated, why the farmer will give it to the slaughterhouse? You know what happens to the slaughterhouse? The cow is not just killed, cow is tortured. Till the last blood, the cow is tortured. It is hung. First it is injected, and the cow expands. Till the skin goes on tearing, and the fresh leather which comes sold in the highest, fresh skin is sold in the highest rate outside world. We say leather for softest person is actually the sacrifice of the cow. And then after this whole thing, still the cow is alive and it is hung upside down. And there is a small crack which is made near the neck, and then the blood is accumulated and just go. Known as, nice name is there for that. And that is used in the cancer medicines. So just see, and after that also, still they are not happy. The bones are collected, and the bones are made into powder. And that is how we say we are Brahmins. We are all in a higher caste, and we are using Colgate, Pepsi. All contains bone powder. We should be very careful of what we are using. That is why what happened? The land which was full of cows, now we are hardly having any cows. Very few cows are existing. Deshi cows. When I'm speaking about cows, it's only referring to Deshi cows. We had our festival, Gopashtami festival. First Gopashtami, which we had done some 10 years ago in Thane. And we were searching for a cow to be worshipped. In whole Thane, we did not find. Ulud, we did not find. No cow. They're all Jersey cows. Then we had to take a cow from Vasai. We had to bring a cow and a calf from Vasai. At the time, we were thinking we should have our own Goshana, where we should have cows. Because it is, mother cow is actually protecting us. We say we are protecting. We are not protecting. We are being protected by the mother cow. It is said cow's milk nourishes our brain. In our times, we had cows in our house. We used to read, immediately we used to memorize because cow's milk nourishes our brain. But now there is some trend, what they call, not to take anything proteins, milk, vegan milk. It is good. Don't take some stupid milk, but it's not good for. It's not a good theory for cows because cow's milk nourishes your finer tissues of the brain. Cow's milk is very good for your heart, for everything. Then you say, what about buffalo's milk? Buffalo's milk is very hard to digest. It is very hard to digest. That is why a person who takes buffalo milk, he is always sleeping. He is lazy because he is using his strength to digest that milk. But cow's milk will give you a lot of energy because Surya Ketu Nadi is there and such energy comes in the milk. So in this way, Navanita is what? Butter. Hardly we get butter. This butter, it is so good, it is said, many times there is so much of hypertension. The children are hyper. In those days, people used to be like 10 children, 20 children also. Mothers are peace. Not just one child. So much of hangama is there. Why so much of hypertension are there? Because Navanit is not. One of my previous driver was saying, पहले जमाने में राजा लोग पैलेस बनाते थे, मंदिर बनाते थे, क्यों? गर्मी किसमें था? खून में गर्मी थी और भेजा उनका शांति. अभी इज एक्जैक्टली ऑपोजिट. The mind is so hot, the intelligence has become so hot, and the blood has become so cold. That is why we are not able to make anything. So we have to see that we are establishing our Vedic culture. Our Vedic culture is based on Bhuma. If Vedic culture means what? What is the meaning of Vedic culture? Where there are Brahmanas to perform rituals, where there are Brahmanas to teach scriptures. Then you say Jataka Brahmana. Brahmana is Janati Brahmana. Even to read the scriptures, one should have brains. Without the brains, how are you going to memorize the shlokas? And to have a powerful brain, a powerful memory, one should have Satoguna Ahara. Ahara Shuddham Sattva Shuddhi, Dhruva Shuddhi, Smritin Lambe, Sattva Nam Vipramoksha. We are talking about Mukti. What is Mukti? First, Ahara Shuddha, first you purify your Ahara. Our Ahara should be very pure. When you say, what is this pure Ahara? The Ahara pure means keep cow in the center. Even the fertilizer should be gobar and gobar. 50, 60 years before, there was not a problem. Everything was gobar and gobar. After that, green revolution started. British, see how they tried to remove our Vedic culture. Green revolution, on the name of green revolution, fertilizers like urea was. Use urea, have a lot of productivity. 10 years there was a lot of productivity. After that, the land became fertile. But the land which is using gobar and gobar is still fertile. In Boisar, one good thing is that no farmers are using urea. That is why they are able to have rice production 3 times a year. Just because the land is so fertile. But we have forgotten all these things just because we wanted advance. All this advancement is nothing but going behind. It is not advancement. That is why Vedic culture has to be established. And Vedic culture is dependent on. That is why nowadays we have this organic food, organic ingredients. 50, 60 years before, nobody was selling organic, everything was organic. Now, what is the meaning of organic? Organic refers to the productivity where the fertilizer which is used is gobar and gobar. That is why, again, Jagannath Center, we have taken this as a woe. That let us first purify our ahara. Ahara should purify the ahara. Ahara Shuddham, Sattva Shuddhi. Your existence is pure. How are you going to wake up early in the morning if you are not having Shuddha Ahara? Because the energy is only not there. To wake up early in the morning to chant the name of God. How are we going to do that? That is why Ahara is very important. Sattva Shuddhi. If Sattva existence is pure, your memory is pure. Memory is pure, memory is strong, then we can understand a relationship with God. That is why what goes inside comes outside. Jaisa an, Jaisa. Whatever you eat, that type of consciousness coming back. So, Yashasaha, Lord is very famous. Every activity of Lord is very Shriya. Is very beautiful. Shriya. It is said, even he cannot measure his own beauty. When Balaram is trying to describe his beauty, Balaram says things. Oh, I have 1,000 mouths. As Ananta Shesha, Balaram has thousands and thousands of mouths. But these thousands and thousands of mouths also becomes less to describe activities of God. Lord is Ananta. Lord's Leelas, Lord's Gunas are also Jnana. Lord is aware of everything. We may have forgotten our past life. We may have forgotten everything. But Lord remembers. He knows your desire. He knows my desire. He knows everyone's desire. Dhyan. Vairagya. If mother says tomorrow you have to go to the forest, he's ready. He's always ready to give up. Vairagya. Shanmam Bhaga Itingana. In this way, he has 6 qualities in full. So somebody has a lot of qualities, some qualities. Immediately he is able to attract some few people. To the extent he has qualities, he can attract. So Lord has all the qualities in full, that is why it's all attractive. So attraction, this word comes from the word akarshan. Akarshan again comes from the word karshati. Karshati, karshan, karshati. Attraction, akarshan, karshan, karshati, Krishna. Krishna, this word, 2 words. Krishna, 2 words. Mahabharata speaks about the explanation of these 2 words. Krishna. Krisher Bhupachak Shabdaha Nastani Bhuktivachaka Tayorikyam Param Brahma Krishna Vidiyate. Let me meditate on that Supreme Lord who is Krishna, made up of 2 syllables. That is Krishna. Krisher Bhupachak Shabdaha. Krisher means one who is able to attract everyone. Na Nastani Bhuktivachaka. Na here refers to whoever is attracted to Krishna automatically gives up his material propensities. Material things are no more attractive because nivritti is not at all attracted to these. When you have superior things, when you have amruta, naturally you will give up poison. So who is Rama? Krishna, Krisher Bhuvachak, Nashtani Vritti Vachak. Who is Rama? Ra refers to Ramayati. Ra also refers to Agnikaraka. Ma refers to Amrutatvaha. Agnikaraka, Amrutatvaha. Ra, Agnikaraka. 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 And Ma refers to Amrutatvaha. So one who takes shelter of the Lord, automatically this all material attractions is burnt up. Agnikaraka. Why? Amrutatvaha. He gives you that Amrutatvaha. Amrita means make a person understand that he is not going to die. His relationship with God is always eternal. Ramayati Ramaha, one who gives pleasure to everyone. Ramante Yoginonante Satyananda Chidatmane. Ramante Yoginonante. Every yogi is worshipping Ramaha, that supreme person, because he is giving that Ramana. Ramana means that pleasure. One who gives the highest pleasure is Rama. Who is Allah? Who is Allah? Is a Muslim. Allah means all merciful. The name word Allah means all merciful. It so happened Aurangzeb. He is very famous for destroying the temples. Most of the temples in Mathura was destroyed, especially Golden Temple, which was seen from Delhi. We saw, oh, which is this light which is seen very far? He said, this is from Vrindavan. How is it that that temple is more taller than my palace? He came, invaded, and broke. He is very famous for destroying many temples. He put a rule that Rath Yatra should be stopped. All Rath Yatras happen in Jagannath Puri. He put a rule that Rath Yatra should be stopped. For 7 years, practically, there was no Rath Yatra in Jagannath Puri, and all the Jagannath Pandas cried. Because Jagannath Rath Yatra is the most famous festival in Jagannath Puri. One day he called a Brahmin, and a Brahmin also, priest. The priest, the dreams came. God said, go and meet Aurangzeb. He somehow boldly came to Aurangzeb, taking a petition, please allow the Rath Yatra. And Aurangzeb was so welcoming, and he was surprised, how is he so welcoming? And he said, Pehle Raat, Allah made me. Allah came in my dreams and told, don't stop my Rath Yatra. That means God is one. God is one. But there are instructions in different scriptures just to bring a person's consciousness. Like if a person has an indiscriminately trying to enjoy the senses, then at least from the animalistic tendency come to a human tendency. So some scriptures say that you can marry more than one wife. That means take responsibility. Just don't enjoy the senses like an animal. So to bring the consciousness from an animalistic tendency to a human tendency, there are some scriptures which is speaking about. But then elevate yourself even from a human tendency. You elevate yourself to completely spiritual life. Understand the spirituality. For that, Lord speaks. And when He speaks, that is Bhagavad. And when Lord gives instructions through various messengers, then they put it in writing. And then in this way, there are other scriptures which has emanated. As I was giving class in Chennai school, there I saw children make some projects. And in that project, one child had drawn a picture. And there it was Bhakri's version. Immediately Maharashtra. Idli's version. Who will be there? South Indians. Then some Dokla's version. Gujarati. Bakri version. Muslims. Just see what type we are teaching our children. We are paying the highest price for such schools. That means we are just restricting their knowledge. And we are saying Quran is for Muslims, Bible is for Christians, Gita is for Hindus. But Lord did not say that all Hindus, please come here, I am going to speak Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is a manual for every machine to operate, whether it is the Muslim body or a Christian body. For every body, this Bhagavad Gita is a machine. That is why Srila Prabhupada took Bhagavad Gita all around the world. And all around the world, there are centers where Bhagavad Gita is distributed, Bhagavad Gita is heard, Bhagavad Gita is chanted. So in this way, we find the name of God. God is attractive, that is why Krishna. God is giving all pleasure, that is why Rama. God is all merciful, that is why His name is Allah. Lord has 50 kings. Nam no Balal, Nam Nam, Nam Namakari Bhagavad Nisarva Shakti. Lord has 50 various names. In every name, Nija Sarva Shakti. He has put His own energy. We have Sahasranam. Lord is not restricted to 1,000 names. Lord has 50 names. But I am not attracted to the name of God. That is my problem. My tongue is now not having that desire to chant because I am having a disease. Like sometimes I don't like the taste of the sugar. Like jaundice, the disease there. If you give a sugar, the person says, oh, it's a kalva. Why? Because he's having a bile disease. But that is why he's not getting the taste of the sugar. But the medicine is sugarcane juice. You see a jaundice patient, what you give? Sugarcane juice. Till the taste of the sugar revives, he's given this juice. Then he is able to appreciate the sugar, the sweetness of Nishpati juice. In the same way, now I don't have a taste for chanting the holy name, but that is the only cure. The more we chant, then we start appreciating the sweetness which is there in the holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. You say, even I have mantra, my own success. How many mantras? But this is Mahamantra. Every yuga has an or you can say a formula how to reach to God. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya is also mantra for Krishna. But this in this Kali Sankarana is a book known as Kali Sankarana, where it is said the 16 letter syllable, the 16 words, Mahamantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. 16 word mantra. It is a Mahamantra. It is not just a mantra, it is Mahamantra. Iti Shodashakam Namnam Galikalvashadashanam Natah Paraparopaya Sarvavedesh. Iti Shodashakam Namnam. It is 16 letters there. There is no other cure for this Kali-yuga doshas except for chanting the holy name. So in this, Lord has so many names. And every name he has invested his power. I am not able to taste because I have no taste. But the solution is the more I chant, the more I can revive my lost relationship. So we have the relationship of Das. First, we should understand that we are servants of God. What is the difference between soul and God? God is controller, soul is controlled by. God is master, then we are servants of God's body, and God himself has no difference. But there is a difference between the soul and the body, which is attained by the Lord is not influenced by the modes of material nature. Then you are going to come in the next topic, Prakriti. Satoguna, Rajoguna, Tamoguna. Lord is not affected by all these gunas. But we are affected by these gunas, that is why our work also differs person to person. Our nature also differs person to person because of the influence of gunas. So in this way, the glorification of Lord as a person has been given. So Lord says in Bhagavad Gita, Sarvametaduttam manye. Here Arjuna says, Sarvametaduttam manye janmam vadati Keshava nahi te bhagavan vyaktim vidur devan. I will listen to everything. Everything emanates from you. That there is a one verse. Just allow me to take the first verse. Mattaha parataram nanya kinchitasti dhananjaya mai sarvamidam protam sutre mani ganaya. Why am I not able to see the Lord? Or how am I going to see the Lord? By seeing the perfect arrangement. Like you have the string of, you have a nice pearl necklace. How a person can understand there is a thread which is running inside these necklaces, inside these pearls. By seeing the perfect arrangement of the pearls, one can understand the string, the unseen string. In the same way, by seeing the perfect arrangement which is there in this nature, one can understand the presence of Lord. Says there is nothing beyond me. Mattah parataram nanya kinchitasti dhananjaya mai sarvamidam protam sutre. Like how the unseen thread is seen by the perfect arrangement of the pearls, in the same way, unseen Lord, who cannot be seen by our material eyes, can be understood, can be seen by the perfect arrangement of the things around us. When you are eating, the food goes in the stomach. How is it that it is digesting so far? How is it that the required vitamins, calciums, everything is going to the proper places? Hand is weak, but the food is going in the stomach. Why you are not placing on the hand? Why it is going in the stomach? In the same way, you water the root. The leaves are very healthy. The leaves are very fresh. In the same way, you worship Krishna. Because in every scripture it has been told, Ekle Ishvara Krishna, there is only one God. There is only one God. You worship Krishna, all the demigods automatically are worshipped. All the Devi Devatas are happy. Dunya will be continuing this topic more. How? By worshipping Lord, everybody is happy. So that will be continuing in the next class along with karma, kala, and prana. Any questions? Please. Any questions in the subject? Soul, God. No questions? Any questions? So chant Narasimharti and welcome to class. Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Gita Narsimha Parato Narsimha Gita Narsimha Parato So meet you on next Sunday.